Welcome into another bonus episode here at Hockey Inside Out. The forward position moving ahead here for the future of this franchise, guys. A lot of players have been called up from Laval to the big club. So which one of these Laval call-ups has a chance to stick with this organization after the season and beyond?
I think we're all going to agree on this one. It's Rafaël Harvey-Pinard, right? This kid's just scoring the lights out. I don't think anybody expects him to shoot 24% next season, but this is a guy who's going to have a naturally high shooting percentage because of where he shoots on the ice and the kind of chances that he gets. And you can't take anything away from somebody who sees an opportunity like this. He was called up to play on the fourth line. Within a couple of games, he was on the top line, and he hasn't shrunk, right? Like, he's playing with Nick Suzuki is a tough job on this team. You're playing against top-level competition, matching up against top lines. Every night you're matching against top defense pairs who want to shut Nick Suzuki down because there's not very many other options to create offense on this team. And Harvey-Pinard continues to play extremely well on that top line, not just in terms of shooting, but I think you look at the little plays that he makes with the puck on the power play, where he's able to make plays from that middle spot on the ice, that bumper spot. He's not just a shooter. He can make little short passes that are very intelligent. I think his playmaking is really underrated because of the goal scoring that he's been capable of so far. He's just continued to impress me. And I think Ullinen has a great shot of being on the team next year as well, especially with how much confidence he's built since he started scoring. But Harvey-Pinard is he's the guy.
Yeah, what a story this kid's turned out to be. I mean, during COVID, he was delivering pizza for his father's restaurant in Arvida, and here he is now, getting a hat trick at the Bell Center, being the first star. Herb Zurkowski had a good story. He spoke with Joel Bouchard, who was Harvey-Pinard's first coach in Laval, and he's saying that he never has a terrible game. Like, even if he's off, like, you never need to bench him. He's never that. He does all the little things right, and he's not afraid to go to the net. His nickname in Laval was Lavaliger because he plays a very similar style to Brendan Gallagher, which he does. I think he's got a little bit better offensive finishing ability than Brendan even. I mean, Brendan's goals are all just hard work and battling and hammering in a rebound. Harvey-Pinard can score it from a little bit further out from the net than I think Gallagher can. I was talking with Alex Belzil also about him, and Belzil played with him in Laval, and he said what's really interesting now, he says, the guys in the Canadiens, now they all want to play with him. They all want to be on his line. And he said, I knew that in Laval. I always wanted to be on his line. And he said, guys, just realizing he does all the little things well. And you're talking, Andrew, about how it's not easy to play with Nick Suzuki. You're going up against the other team's top lines. But Nick Suzuki wants to play with Harvey-Pinard also. So when Gallagher was in his prime, and he was a guy, whatever line wasn't working, you put Brendan Gallagher on that line, and all of a sudden that line started working. And I think that's what the future is going to hold for Rafaël Harvey-Pinard. He can play on the first line, the second line, the third line, the fourth line. You can put him wherever you want. He doesn't change his game. Gallagher never changed his game depending on who he was playing with. So just it's a really great story for this kid to see how well he's done. And Belzil is another great story. 31 years old, called up, playing regular in the NHL, scoring also. But yeah, Harvey-Pinard, I mean, he's going to be making more money moving forward than he's making now. He's earned it, and I think he has a bright future ahead with the Canadiens. You said, I don't think he'll keep scoring at whatever 24% or said he's scoring at, but he looks like a guy who can definitely be a 20 goal scorer in the NHL, just with the skill he has and his willingness to go to the dirty areas to score goals.
And look at the kid. The kid has taken full advantage of his opportunity. He got 13 goals. I mean, that's a job well done to date, and he's excited, he's happy, he's into it, he's a big part of the hockey club right now. So I think it's like everybody's touched on. He's deserving of being part of the mix because he wants it and he's getting the job done. So I'm happy for him. It's always great to see these young guys get the opportunity and take advantage of it. As far as anybody else down their depth chart, they've got some guys coming back from injury that become an issue for anybody else to, you got Armia, you got Slafkovsky, you got these guys coming back in. So the places and the opportunity for anybody else beyond him is going to be really difficult. But good news is they have some depth in Laval that they could come up on a short term, but it's always great to see these young guys take advantage of the opportunity, and that's what Harvey-Pinard is doing.
Yeah, and if without the injuries, he probably never would have got this chance. It's interesting, too, you mentioned Army. He's sort of the forgotten guy. He was skating by himself after a recent practice in Brossard. I was like, oh, yeah, Army is still with this team. I forgot about him.
Well, I was going to say, guys, Stu, you might remember this. Training camp, or rookie camp 2019 in June of that year. If you remember Rafaël Harvey-Pinard, he was there. And he was a shy kid, and he was nervous, a little bit twitchy out there. But he stood out for me then, and now seeing him being what he is now, the perfect nickname I have for him, as you mentioned with him delivering pizzas for his dad, we'll call him the delivery man, because he can play any position out there and be the delivery man for this team moving forward.
Yeah, I remember it was Dano during that playoff run who was eating pizzas right after celebrating each win, and it could have been Harvey-Pinard delivering them. Who knows? But it's, as I said, just a great story. A kid from a small town in Quebec getting an opportunity not just to play in the NHL, but to play for the Canadiens, and a hat trick on a Saturday night, hockey night in Canada, first star. It was a fantastic story.
Well, the delivery man came through, and perhaps he'll deliver a few more pizzas for us to enjoy on the show down the road. Who knows? We'll find out. Don't forget to submit your questions and comments here at Hockey Inside Out. We look forward to conversing about that in a future episode. And check out the YouTube page for Hockey Inside Out. And check out the newsletter as well, MontrealGazette.com/newsletter. Sign up for that. Full episodes and bonus content, head on by Hockey Inside Out. On behalf of Andrew, Rick, and Stu, wish you a great week. We'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.